Welcome to Study Loop.
Okay, so we want to prove that if a function is strictly decreasing, then itself is one-to-one. So if f, which maps from R to R, is strictly decreasing, what does this mean? It means that if x is less than y, then it implies that f of x is greater than f of y. Okay, so to prove it's one-to-one, we need to prove that if f of x is equal to f of y, then or f of a, or that f of a is equal to f of b, then it implies that f is equal to a, f is equal to b. Okay, so let f of a is equal to f of b. So what we'll do is we'll consider when a is less than b. So if a is less than b, then this implies that f of a is strictly greater than f of b, since f is increasing, f is decreasing. So because this is strictly greater than equal to it, then this implies that f of a is not equal to f of b. So therefore a must be greater than or equal to a must be greater than or equal to b. Yeah, because we need this to be equal. So now we consider the case when a is greater than b. Well, this implies then that f of a must be less than f of b. So once again, this implies that f of a is not equal to f of b. But because we want f of a is equal to f of b, we must remove this from our equation. So therefore, it follows that a is equal to b. So essentially, what we just did here is we considered the real number line. We said just let b, or just let a be here. Well, in our first question, in our first part, we said that if a is less than b, so when b is these numbers right here, circle. If b are these numbers here, well then f of a is not equal to f of b. So this cannot be true. Then we consider the case when a is greater than b. So we consider the case when b is this way. Then we prove that f is not equal to b, so it cannot be this. Therefore, it must be exactly on a. So that's why so we just prove the result. Now, to find a function that is decreasing, that is not one-to-one, there are two ways to answer this. I'll just answer it first graphically. So we'll consider the function, which is given by the graph of this, like this. Oh, no. In a straight line, everything goes down. Okay. So this is clearly not a one-to-one function because this is a straight line, and yet multiple x values will have the same y value. Very clear. And I'm guessing in tests, they'll probably will give you the mark for this, but because you're not really explicitly giving them a concrete function, maybe not. A concrete function would just be f of x is just negative the ceiling of x. And if you just draw this, it will look something like this. Yeah, like this. And then it go up like this. So clearly it's a decreasing function because it's going down, 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 and down. But it's also not one-to-one function because these x values attain the same y value.